A few days earlier, Lee Min-sung remarked how much Park Do-jin had grown in such a short time, commenting that aliens must develop quickly. Park Do-jin explained that he had merely chosen a smaller, younger body for better survival in the early stages, adding that physical appearance didn't matter now that he had gathered more fragments and regained his strength. Lee Min-sung questioned the name Park Do-jin, asking why he had become a hunter and what he was planning. Park Do-jin explained that he had given himself the name to move freely in public, and that becoming a hunter allowed him to act openly in the outside world. Lee Min-sung explained that because of the incident Park Do-jin caused at the airport, the Hunter Association had started coming after him under the pretext of civilian damage. At this rate, if the Hunter Association discovered the Paju Field factory, it would be over for both of them. Park Do-jin reassured Lee Min-sung, explaining that he had joined the Grim Reaper Guild to prevent that from happening. He said it would turn all the hunters who joined the raid party into believers, and when that happened, they would find nothing there. Lee Min-sung called it a strong move right from the start and asked whether Park Do-jin really thought he could defeat Lim Tae-gyu, an S-rank hunter, right now. Park Do-jin replied that if Lee was referring to his promise to kill Lim Tae-gyu, he was certain after meeting him, and that, if he fought an S-rank hunter now, Lee Min-sung smirked and said he didn't care if both of them died, as long as Park kept his promise. Chairman Woo Jin-chol said the Paju Field raid should be starting soon. He thought about Lee Min-sung and Stardust, and decided they needed solid evidence from this raid. With the White Tiger Guild's help and A-rank hunter Baek Mi-ho participating, there should be little to worry about. Hunter Choi Jong-in and another S-rank hunter were on standby in case anything happened. However, the sudden appearance of the new S-rank hunter Park Do-jin, who had just joined the Grim Reaper Guild, was an unpredictable variable, and Woo Jin-chul worried the situation might be tilting in Lee Min-sung's favor. One more thing bothered him. Suho was joining as part of the excavation crew. Whether coincidence or fate, he approved Suho's participation, but remained uncertain if it was the right decision. If it turned out to be part of Suho's plan, he resolved that he would have to help him. Meanwhile, in the Paju Field, a magic beast was preparing to unleash a fireball from its mouth. The hunter at the front raised his shield just in time, blocking the attack with great effort. He shouted to the strike team that he couldn't hold out for long. Baek Mi-ho quickly moved in, tapping the hunter's back. The hunter turned toward her as she stepped forward to take action. The beast unleashed another fireball, but Mi-ho leapt into the air and delivered a sharp kick straight into the creature's mouth, followed by a swift consecutive strike. Her eyes burned with fierce determination as the battle raged on. The magic beast roared and swung its massive arm, attempting to crush her. Mi-ho moved quickly, dodging the attack and springing onto the back of the creature. Landing firmly on the ground, she gathered force in her legs and launched upward again, delivering a powerful punch to the beast's head, followed by another blow. Both magic beasts collapsed lifelessly to the ground. Mi-ho's attention shifted toward Lee Min-sung, who remained distant from the fight. It was evident he had no intention of joining the battle. It was a pity. Despite awakening as an A-rank, his actions made it seem as though he treated the duties of a hunter as a mere joke. The thought flickered briefly before she refocused on the battlefield. Park Do-jin suddenly appeared on the battlefield and struck the magic beast with a single powerful blow that sent it crashing to the ground. He turned to Mi-ho and told her to be careful. Mi-ho's thoughts raced as she watched him. He had just taken down a salamander with a single attack. She couldn't hide her astonishment. Despite wearing only casual clothes to a raid and looking so young, Park Do-jin was truly an S-rank hunter. Park Do-jin's expression turned serious as he raised his hand once more, unleashing a powerful strike that instantly killed 3 salamanders in one blow. Mi-ho watched in disbelief, realizing that S-rank hunters truly existed on a completely different level. Park Do-jin stated that everything seemed to be wrapped up. Mi-ho noted that the raid had ended sooner than expected, but something felt off. There were too few monsters in the Paju Field, Lee Min-sung responded, explaining that the Grim Reaper Guild regularly conducted routine monster cullings to maintain the dungeons under their control, ensuring they posed no threat to the outside world. Mi-ho found the explanation suspicious. Routine monster cullings? Guilds usually didn't bother with that since there was no reason to enter a dungeon daily. Something was definitely strange about this place. Li Song then directed everyone toward the boss monster's room. Inwardly, he was confident. No matter how hard anyone searched, there would be nothing left to incriminate him. The demons had already dismantled the factory and were now hidden somewhere within the Paju field. No one would find any trace of it, or leave this place with a sane mind. Meanwhile, the demon held its tentacles, seemingly disappointed. It thought that it was a pity and such a waste. The other demons shared the same sentiment, unable to meet the apostle despite his presence. They believed they could have been producing large amounts of stardust instead of letting the materials sit around unused. A man stood by the door and asked if Baru had sensed the presence of a demon inside. Baru confirmed it without hesitation. With force, Suho pushed open the metal door. Inside, the tentacled demon turned in surprise, demanding to know who was there. Before it could react, Suho launched a swift attack, instantly killing the demon. The other demons were shocked by what they witnessed. Suho stood in a combat stance, ready for any counterattack. Beru observed proudly, remarking that the young monarch had sent the demon's head flying with a single strike. Proof that the harsh daily training with that relentless crocodile was starting to pay off. Suho thought that these people didn't have a mind of their own, confirming that Paju Field indeed had a stardust factory. The demon said a black mask and wasn't expecting that the person getting in the way of their great plans, mentioned by the apostle, would come here. The tentacles moved with a red aura as the demon said this is great. He would become a great gift to the apostle,